On today's episode of Watch Jericho, we are here with my 2017 Chevy Volt Premier that I just bought in Las Vegas. I now have almost 2,000 miles on the car. It's at 41,000 miles and change. Of course, I bought it with 39. And today, we're gonna clean it up and get it ready to have the next 50,000 miles stacked on it with basically no maintenance. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jericho, and like I said, I am here with my Chevy Volt, and it's got some issues and it's got some things that need to be taken care of before I start really dailying it without a care in the world. So today we're gonna resolve those things. First things first, let's get it out on the road so you guys can see what's going on with it. Here's a quick demo of the problem. The car's slowing down. You'll just be sitting still. Look at that, 0 mile an hour. Maybe if I creep forward 1 mile an hour, start slowing down. Just completely randomly, this thing sits here and sets off the parking alarms for no reason. Slowing down. Oh, not this time, but probably this time. I'm just in a streak right now. And the first many times that happened to me, it freaked me out like none other. I was like, something's wrong with the car, because it was happening in Vegas. And of course, I'm like trying to learn the car, figure out what's going on. Eventually, I noticed that every time I was beeping, it was the parking sensor indicators on the dash here. And I realized I could just shut that off. Now we're going 1. Anytime you're going under something like 5, I think it turns them on. So they're like disabled right now because I'm going 10 for a minute. And I'm gonna slow back down again right here. Just let the regen do its magic. All right, here's 10, 9. It didn't even show up on the dash and the parking sensors are going off. That has been driving me absolutely crazy. And I thought it was like a problem with the car. First, I thought the car was broken. Of course, I started shutting off the parking sensors every time I would get in here. If you just hit park assist off, you're all good to go. It doesn't beep at you anymore. And I mean, the problem vanishes. But the next time you turn the car on, they of course turn back on, as they should. Like, the parking sensors should probably be on all the time. And I think I know what the problem is. So we gotta solve that today, and we gotta clean this thing up and get it ready for me to just use it as a daily driver and not care about it anymore. Just drive it. And honestly, it should never need an oil change. This is like, it's my favorite car in the world. I don't have to work on it at all. As long as I don't use the engine, I never have to do anything to it. Hopefully now you understand my one actual complaint with this thing, other than the fact that it's not completely self-driving, but I think we're gonna work on the completely self-driving very soon. And the other thing I need to fix is this parking sensor debacle. And I think what's going on here is this tag is moving. It's, you know, the parking sensors are over here. It's very obvious. They have their little cutouts. But I think this piece of junk here is like wiggling around and causing the parking sensors to go off. Now, obviously, I'm not in a front plate state. I can just chuck this in the trash. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off right now. I'm gonna take the frame off right now. The car is gonna get polished, so it's the perfect time to lose the frame. That way, any residual like markings from behind it can be cleaned up. I do want to get all that solved. And the detailers today are gonna fix this thing so I don't have to take care of the body anymore. We're gonna go ahead and wash it for real, polish it, and ceramic coat it with Avalon King. Just like my first gen Volt was. It was actually the first Avalon King video I ever did. And I never had to do anything again. Like, I never re-ceramic coated that Volt. I ran it through the tunnel wash, not a tunnel wash with brushes, well, a laser wash, it's non-contact, and it would be clean every single time. I never did anything else. I never washed it again for real. Just hit it with the old laser wash, and it's good to go forever, which is the perfect setup for your daily driver. So let's start fixing things on this, and by the end of the day, it should be ready to rock and roll. And we're even gonna put it on the plate that's about to go on it, which is the old license plate off my old Volt that was done on the GTR, the one I've worked very hard to save forever. And of course, we're transferring it to this car so I can continue the legacy of the best license plate. Remember the old days when we used to get front plate brackets that just screwed on? And now they're all plastic riveted on. Anyway, I guess I gotta go get a drill, and we're gonna punch out these rivets, and then hopefully they come right back out of the front end. This is a lot more complicated than I was hoping for. We got the tag bracket off of there, and I think it looks a lot better. Those holes are a little obnoxious, but hey, they're all the way down by the ground. No one's really going to notice them down there, and this will all clean up. These were actually aluminum riveted in. I did not think it would have metal rivets at all, and I started drilling them out, expecting that they just fall out, but nope. Had to drill them all the way out to their size. But we got it done, and now we can put the tag on the back too. Let's get to it. So we got the new tag on. All the CarMax tags are off. Of course, this is the greatest tag, the Boeing Highway. And now I got to get the CarMax sticker off, the HOV lane stickers off, and honestly, these ones are just kind of coming off. They are security. Look at that, void if removed. So this is going to be a fun removal. I probably should have used a heat gun. So if it's going to do the parking sensor problem, it should do it immediately. Let's speed up a little bit and slow back down. Amazing! It's never done this before. Every time I start the car, I have to take it out of parking sensors like I showed you guys earlier. Okay, now we're above 20, which should make the car think I'm coming up to a stop. Nothing. And just to make sure the system's still working without touching the button or anything, let's drive up to this stack of junk right here. There we go. It's not beeping, but it sure is showing the sensors, so everything's working. If I had to guess, the beeping is when you're insanely close to something, and then the digital display is when you're just sort of close. So if I would have gotten closer, it should have started beeping. That's the only explanation I have for it not beeping this time, but everything seeming to work correctly. Success. Casey's kicking us off here with what looks like Iron X. Some
bug remover.
Bug remover? All right. And I went ahead and got all the stickers off, the CarMax stickers off, the HOV stickers are off. She is fully cleaned up here. So in a few minutes, we'll be on to the wash foam cannon and then clay barring it and polishing this thing for its first and probably final ceramic coating. Update on the Atom exhaust. I ran back over to Art Pro real fast. He knocked the dent out of the bottom, welded this thing back up. You guys can see it looks much, much better. And the problem with this exhaust is he told me these are all fusion welds that are basically just surface, just kind of touching the metal. There's no penetration in any of the welds that the fabricator did on the exhaust. So as Ted keeps fixing this, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And while it's not, you know, stacking dimes pretty nonsense, which is what all the welders try to do for Instagram now, it's still incredibly pretty and actually functional, which is probably more important. So I'm ready to put this thing back on, and the Atom is finished. The Atom is all back together now, and we are back on the Volt. So Scott is over here getting ready to polish the hood. He's been working on the roof a little bit up there. You can see the polish on there, but I'm ready to see this hood come out. So he actually already did a test spot. You can see a little bit of the polish here and a little bit of the wipe zone here, and then compare that to what we have here, which a second ago you could really see how bad it was, but if you guys look right in the lights,
Right in there.
yeah, you can see how rough this hood actually is. So do your magic, man.
All right.
Speaking of the magic, these guys got the new Milwaukee M18 DA,
Ooh.
which is super cool.
It's nice.
And we can share batteries, so we have 1 million of them now.
It's perfect.
The front end of this thing looks incredible now. I love it. Even without the tag bracket there, those 4 little holes don't really distract from the front end too much. And the car looks much sleeker without the tag bracket. It's got a nice mirror image of you. You can see it's a lot better.
It's much improved.
Much improved from what it was.
For a daily driver,
Yep.
you don't want to take too much off.
Right.
Because then if something happens,
We can keep
life
polishing.
happens, you know, we can polish some more.
Absolutely. All right, time to finish up the polish on the whole car and we can start ceramic coating. The detail dudes got the Volt all cleaned up. It looks incredible for a daily driver at this point. They didn't go too far. Like I explained, our goal here is for me not to have to take care of the car anymore. We're going to ceramic coat it once with our Avalon King Armor Shield 9. This stuff lasted forever on my Gen 1, and I can't wait to try it out on my Gen 2. So we're going to open up our box here. You guys know the drill. Open up our beautiful Armor Shield 9 box. We have the thank you card right here. We've got a bottle of Armor Shield 9, and this is the ceramic coating you can install yourself at home. It's very forgiving and it works very well. So as always, hit the link in the description below. It's avalonking.com/watchchairgo for a discount just for you guys. They always take care of my subscribers. And of course, we're installing this in the Avalon King wash bay. So let's get to it. Scott and I are gonna knock this out. It should take no time at all. The one sticker I'll actually put on my cars. The Volt is completely ceramic coated. We went in on this. Every single centimeter of the exterior of the car has the Avalon King on it, and I am very excited. I think that's gonna minimize the amount of work I have to do to take care of this, and we've got some water here. This stuff has been flashed and buffed off. So let's see that water sheeting. I love doing the test. Look at the sheeting. Oh!
That was a money shot.
I did not think that was gonna work.
That was money.
Woo! That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchchairgo.com for cool shirts not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Good job polishing, dog.
Yeah, man.
It is perfect. Absolutely. It looks like brand new.
The color is just perfect.
Not to mention, it's going to stay clean with the ceramic, but it's also going to stay clean because it's a color that just doesn't get dirty.
Yeah, no, it didn't even look that dirty before.
I wanted to change it. I wanted to wrap this thing something ridiculous.
It's not too late.
It's not too late, but
You could have the Rad Volt.
it's so good. We could just print the rad wrap again.
Yeah, dude.
Throw it on here.
I mean, I do love that wrap.
It would look cool, and it's very, you know, technology-ish with the
Yeah.
straight lines,
Yeah.
and that's very volty.
Circuit, it's like a circuit board.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly, like
Yeah.
a PCB. The blacks just absorb light now. This is exactly what it needed to look like. I am pumped. There we go.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
The water.
Yeah.
I've been over here working all day, and as you can see, I made a lot of progress. We have another set of our new liner panel up, and I think that looks awesome. Even put the hooks back up over here, and of course, now I'm gonna move on to this one right here between the garage doors, and that one's gonna stay for now. The section where we took out the door and put in the new purlins and everything, that'll get insulated and then put back together. And of course, that panel's new, and I moved everything over here so I can rip down this wall and put up some more liner panel here. So we actually got a lot done today. I got another hour done on the wall. It's almost finished to the door. I gotta cut one more piece for the very end there. And then obviously I got sick of the wall because the wall takes hours to do all of that. So OEM Tools sent over their hub bearing puller, and it is super sick. This is the 37342, and they sent over their 5-pound slide hammer because obviously I didn't have a slide hammer. And their hub tool is magical. Look at this. I was probably over here for 5 minutes, and it's coming right out. No torch, literally just power, and it just ripped this thing right out. This is the tool I needed for the job, and the only issue I'm gonna have left after this is separating that inner race there from the hub. So I might have to run over to Johnny's for that because he has the tool for that. After this, I quit wheel bearings. 2 minutes later, I'm not mad at wheel bearings anymore. I can't even be mad because this kit is unbelievably awesome. Look at this. The bearing just falls into place. I know getting it out's the hard part, but I cleaned this race out real quick, grabbed the kit, and just seconds later, all good to go. Actually, it's even holding itself. From hours of trying to get this thing apart to, I don't know, 20 minutes total with the right tool, this turned into actually an awesome job. So huge shout out to OEM Tools for sending me the sauce, making this thing happen. I'm now ready to separate the hub. I might use the old chisel trick, throw it back together, and this car's running again. So it'll take me another 30-40 minutes to get this back together, of course, but what a tool. Look at this thing. I can't say enough good things. It has stepped washers that precisely fit the bearing. There's one on the rear that perfectly fits the back of the hub. Not a mark on the bearing. There's a driver bearing on the shaft that lets it freely run in. And this thing fits so perfectly, it kept the bearing straight all the way in. Nothing like having the right tool. What a day. The Volt's completely fixed. The Atom is finally completely fixed, and I'm never driving it again, so it never breaks again. And I got a bunch of the wall done in here. I got the S4 almost done. Unbelievable.